Well, this is a quince tree here. Um, I don't know, it's probably about 5 years old, 4 years old. And this is a nice sized quince on here. Here's another. Um, People used to use them, or I guess they still do, to make quince jelly or quince honey. Um, they're
What does it taste like?
like quince. It's sort of, I guess, like a little bit like an apple, but it's very hard, and this has some discoloration, some spots, dark spots that would have to be cut out. But there have been a couple that have already fallen on the ground. See, now there's one there. Here's another one.
They look like mangoes.
Well, maybe they do. Uh, it's fruit that not very many people use or have anymore, but a lot of people used to have quinces.
What about these grapes?
These are Concord grapes, but they're way past their prime now. Mother made some jelly. Let's see, there was some. Here's some bunches up here at this end. See here. See they're very good. I love Concord grapes. I should come cut these off because she said she'd make some more jelly if I brought the grapes in the house. You see these things with the little red flower?
Yes, I
It's
do.
called cardinal flower, and it blooms one day, drops off, and more come on and start to bloom. There's some more blossoms coming. It's kind of it's very sort of invasive. Can take over. I was mowing out here, but I'm not done, as you can see.
Now, tell us about all of this red out here.
That is sorghum, and when it's first planted, it looks like corn. The leaves are just like corn, but um, this whole field is sorghum. That's what the people that till this ground for us are growing this year. And I think sorghum is mainly used for cattle feed. I think it's ground up, but it's really kind of pretty. And Diane was here the other day, and she does a lot of dried flower arrangements, so she wanted to know if she could have some. So I cut a couple for her, and I guess these are the seeds, I suppose. But it's a whole sea of sorghum here that's turned red. And it's interesting how there are some scattered around you see that are taller than all the others. I don't know why that is. It's just the way it turned out.
So what else do you have here to show us?
Well, I have this amaranth back here that I shouldn't have let get so big. I call it Haitian spinach. That fellow Raymond that I let have a little bit of ground to have a garden, he's the one that had this, and he said it was so good with any kind of meat, whatever you want, beef, pork, chicken, poultry, and I like it. But this is way too big now. I mean, it's when it's just a few inches above the ground, and you pick the leaves and wash them. And
Wow, this looks like a mess back here.
yeah, well, this is a brush pile right here where I've been throwing all my debris all summer long.
Oh,
And so I'll burn that up. We can do open burning after the 1st of October.
do you like burning things?
Yeah, it cleans up. We haven't been able to burn since the end of April. Used to be you couldn't burn June, July, August. Well, they added a month on each end. So you can't burn in May, and you can't burn in September.
Do you feel a huge sense of loss when you can't burn?
Oh no, not really. But it's nice to be able to get rid of your junk, your trash, your debris that way. It's an easy way to get rid of it. So, and these are all various fruit trees. These first two are cherries, sweet cherries, and we had a lot of cherries this year. One is called Royal Anne, this tree, and that's a Bing. And the Amish girls came and picked some.
Oh my gosh.
And then Their mother canned them. I think she said she got 12 and a half quarts of cherries.
What about back here?
Well, the garden is not looking its best now.
Oh, there's some beautiful flowers over here, though.
Zinnias. You know, there's a lot of zinnias. But the sun's not on them, so you're not going to get the full effect, probably. But, yeah, I've got a lot of zinnias. And I got a few cosmos. Those white are cosmos. And these dark red here are cosmos. But there's a nice variety of zinnias. And I hardly cut any this whole summer. We could have had bouquets in the house. But, yeah.
It looks like there's some other vegetables over here, too.
Oh, yeah, there are. They're leeks. These dark green tops are leeks. And I've still got some beets, got quite a few beets. And here's a row of carrots here. I've hardly pulled any carrots up. And then I just, I guess about a week and a half ago, I planted some more lettuce. And this row next to the leeks is all lettuce. You see it coming up?
I do.
And then I've got a row of spinach I planted. And then I've got some collards. And I'm not...
Where's the spinach and collards?
These two rows, this row and this row. And I've forgotten which is which. Now one is coming up better than the other.
Now, as I recall, you are particularly proud of a plant over by the house.
Well, up here, there's, this is called angel trumpet. And I haven't kept count of the number of blossoms, but you can see them here. Emma, the Amish cleaning lady, has one that is just huge, and you have to take it in. You can't let it stay out all winter; it'll freeze. You have to put it in a pot with dirt, in a place where it's not going to freeze over the winter. And so far, she has had over 300 blossoms.
Oh my
on
God!
Hers. Yeah, and she counts them when they fall on the ground. But I did not know this. Diane says this is very poisonous. The leaves would be. So
that's how you want to get rid of the skunks.
Oh, maybe.
How many skunks did you catch?
3.
Wow.
I'd never trapped skunks before. Now I planted some more squash. Now whether they'll do anything or not before we have frost, I don't know. But you see them coming up here.
I do
I planted
indeed.
some zucchini, and then I forgot I had this winter squash, acorn squash, and I had 2 or 3 different kinds of winter squash, which I had forgotten about. So.
Now what's in the back?
Well, all right, we'll come past these grapes again. The tomatoes are just about gone, and I've never had them lose their leaves so much like they are now.
Oh, look at these lovely
Marigolds.
Yes, marigolds.
Yeah. Two kinds of marigolds, and I always plant marigolds around my tomato plants because it helps to keep the pests and bugs away. So now here's kale. Can you see this row? I just cultivated with a hand cultivator the other day. This is a row of kale. There are 2 or 3 different kinds of kale.
Lovely.
And then these are turnips in here.
That's a lot of turnips.
Yeah, well, sometimes I have more than that, and we don't use them all. But I always sow the turnips with clover, mix the seeds with clover, and the clover helps to protect it in the cold weather.
I see.
Now that's the end of my corn. I had corn in here where the turnips are, and this is all mint, as you know.
That's a lot of mint.
Yeah, it's a lot of mint. There's a lot of morning glories too.
Ooh. And if you were here, everybody, you could smell this mint for miles.
Now, I had 3 rows of melons here, and of course it's all been invaded by weeds. But there's still a few melons in there. There's 1 watermelon down there that might be good.
And it also might not be.
Yeah. And then across the back are my lima beans, which have done next to nothing. This is the 3rd year.
That is a crying shame.
Well, it is, because I like them, and that we depended on them. They were a staple. And we always put a lot in the
For
freezer.
you, they were.
Yeah.
Other people don't like them quite so much.
No, well, it depends who you are.
And some people think they're downright nasty.
Well, I don't think they're nasty. I think they're delicious. Well, anyway, I just mowed along here. I think I'm going to take this tree out. It's a walnut tree.
Are you going to take it out with your bare hands?
No, with a chainsaw, I guess.
All right, anything else you would like to show?
Well, I don't know. You want to see this Sephora tree and the mess it's made on the porch roof?
It has made such a mess.
Well, it has. You see all the blossoms dropped off, and then it rains, and then they all stick to the asphalt roof, and I've got to get up there and clean that off. And it stained the gutters, and it's just a mess. Now, the fig bush came back a little bit this year. We've had a few figs, but not many, and mostly all on this side where it gets the most sun.
Oh, here's a fig right here.
Here's a fig. And here's a fig. You want this one?
Maybe later. All right, thank you.
Yep. And then see, here's one here.
There's a few right back there too.
There's a green one there, but it depends on the weather, whether they'll make it. See, there's some in there.
I see them.
Yeah. But I think it was 2013, the year 2013, I sold 120 pints of figs.
How much did you
Vipers.
sell them for?
I'm not sure whether it was $2.50 a pint. I think it was $2.50 a pint. Then Pfeiffer's just about, they said $4.99 a pint. And but anyway,
That
yeah.
was a lot.
They just about doubled it.
All right, I think this is enough of a vignette for today.
All right, that's very good. Did you get that evergreen tree there up against the sorghum?
Yes, I think everyone can see that now.
The name of that is Arizona Blue Ice. Is the name of that tree. I always like the texture of it and the color. So.
Ladies and gentlemen, you heard it here first. Arizona Blue Ice. And on that note, have a lovely day.
Absolutely.